Motivation. So the benefits of having a motivated workforce are lower levels of absenteeism. So that means fewer people taking time off work. That reduces your costs because often you have to get other people to cover the shifts. Retention of workers, so lower levels of staff turnover, so fewer people leaving the organisation, which is good because you don't have to go through that costly recruitment process as well. Improved relations between the management and the workers, so less need for industrial action, negotiations with trade unions, which can be costly, can cause stoppages in the production. Improved worker performance and quality and customer service, so all of these things should lead to more demand for the products, more revenue, maybe the ability to charge a higher price. And here's an example of a past paper question: benefits to Toyota of having highly motivated workers in the production of the car. So you can use any two of those benefits there, but then you have to explain the impact on Toyota of those bullet points. So which methods can businesses use to motivate their workforce? So there are financial and non-financial methods. So we've got wages and salaries. Wages tend to be paid for more operative jobs, so the less high up jobs, I suppose. So that's by hour, whereas salaries are more annual payments, but it's stated as an annual amount. It's paid monthly, usually for managers and supervisors. Wages breaks down a little bit further, so you can get things like paying people a fair wage, so that might be a living wage, which is above the national minimum wage and is the basic needed to get by and have a basic standard of living. It could be per hour, normally it's per hour. A piece rate, you could pay them per product. You would have to make sure that they are earning the national minimum wage to do that. And then overtime is quite good, so it might be working quite unsociable hours, maybe weekends, Sundays, evenings, and you tend to get paid a little bit more than your normal hourly rate, so it could be time and a half or double time, so that would be 2 times the normal hourly wage. Bonuses are paid usually to managers for reaching a specific target. Commission is for sales staff. So it's got to be, if you're recommending that, it's got to be a sales staff job, and it's a percentage of the selling price. So it should encourage them to sell more. Bonuses, going back to that, it should encourage them to reach a specific target of the business. So you could tie it to the overall business objectives. Profit sharing is when the business distributes some of the profits to the employees, so that would tend to increase employee morale in the business. And then you get fringe benefits. So these are things that are, it's not directly money paid into someone's account, but it has a financial value. So it could be staff discounts or company car maybe for the managers, gym membership, dental care, that type of thing. Then you have non-financial methods. So you have a few that start with the same word, job. So job enlargement is redesigning the worker's job so that it has more tasks of a similar level of difficulty. This might be a challenge. The worker might feel that they're really trusted in the job, so they that they might feel very valued by the business, like they're a little bit special because they're given quite a few tasks to do. Job rotation is really to reduce boredom, so you're moving around different jobs within the business. That's really good for manufacturing jobs that use a lot of division of labour, very repetitive jobs. Job enrichment is redesigning a job to include more interesting and challenging tasks. So job enlargement and job enrichment are very similar. Enlargement is where you get more of a similar level of tasks. Job enrichment is where you've got more of a challenge because you've got more difficult tasks. Again, the effect is very similar. The employee feels very trusted and valued by the business. Empowerment is giving employees greater control of their working lives. So that might be the control of whether you could work from home. That could be like flexible hours. And then training makes employees feel like they're developing, but I did go over training in a lot of detail in the other presentation. So you do need to know about all of those methods. And then here's an example of a past paper question. So Greengrass Limited wants to encourage its workers to work harder, and they're considering these 3 motivational methods: high wages and bonuses, providing fringe benefits, and job enlargement. So you've got to consider and recommend which would be the most effective in improving the performance. So here is some of the mark scheme. I've just looked at the paying high wages and bonuses. So employees that they're going to rather have more wages than smaller wages. So this should encourage them to work harder. Also, if you have a bonus, you could tie it to meeting a specific target. Therefore, that encourages the employees to work towards the business's targets. And employees that don't reach that target might be kind of encouraged too, so that they get the rewards in the future. However, there's lots of research done over whether money motivates, and it tends to have a short-term impact, and then over the long term you just get used to that increased wage, so it doesn't have a lasting impact. If you don't reach the target, or the target's been set too high, you might be quite demoralized and feel worse than you did. The working morale might actually dip to below levels that they were at than when the bonus was introduced. And the bonus that's kind of saying that point again, it has to be realistic and achievable, or else it might demotivate the workers.